ADA project review. Cardano at a crossroads. Cardano is the research-first layer 1 that does things a little differently, in a good way. Instead of moving fast and breaking things, it utilizes formal methods, peer-reviewed research, and carefully staged upgrades called eras. At its core, Cardano runs a proof-of-stake system called Ouroboros, combined with an extended UTXO model that makes smart contracts predictable and fees stable. Translation: security and sustainability first, with scaling added in gradually, not slapped on after the fact. Welcome back to JRNY TV. My name is Nick, and today we are doing a full breakdown of Cardano, what ADA is and how it is utilized, where the roadmap is heading, why the bull case is heating up, and the headlines that are tying it to Ripple and even possible US government pilots. This isn't hype, we're sticking to the facts that matter. Cardano's development is organized into 5 eras: Byron, Shelley, Gauguin, Basho, and Voltaire. Each builds on the last, with decentralization, programmability, and governance added step by step. In 2025, the focus is on Hydra scaling, governance, and treasury management under Voltaire, and ecosystem funding through Intersect, the member-driven group that helps coordinate proposals. The mission here is clear: a blockchain that is decentralized, self-governing, and ready for real-world adoption. What ADA actually does. ADA is Cardano's native token, and it has 4 main jobs. First, it pays transaction fees. Thanks to the extended UTXO model, those fees are predictable, so dApps and users know their costs up front. There's no surprise gas spikes. Second, ADA secures the chain through staking. Holders can delegate to stake pools or run their own, helping validate transactions while earning ADA rewards. With thousands of pools, power is widely distributed, keeping the network resistant to centralization. Third, ADA is set to become a governance token. As the Voltaire era rolls out, holders will vote on upgrades, funding proposals, and ecosystem priorities. And finally, ADA acts as a settlement for the app layer, from DeFi and NFTs to payments and identity solutions. Because assets on Cardano are native instead of contract-based, transactions stay fast, lightweight, and affordable. The roadmap. Scaling and governance. ADA's vision is simple: scalability, security, and sustainability. But it's chasing those goals in phases. Unlike those chains that tend to launch half-finished or half-baked and patch later, ADA or Cardano takes the long game, aiming for infrastructure that can last decades. This year, the spotlight is on Voltaire. That's Cardano's governance era, which will give ADA holders the final say over upgrades and treasury spending. Intersect, a community-led group, already approved a $71 million fund to accelerate research on Hydra, Ouroboros, Leos, and modular node upgrades. It's the shift from IOHK-led development to community-led direction. Scaling is another major pillar. Hydra opens the door for layer 2 channels that handle high volume transactions off-chain before settling back to Cardano. Ouroboros Leos, still in research, it could separate consensus from computation, dramatically boosting throughput without cutting corners on security. And these upgrades, they aim to give Cardano the speed of modern blockchains while keeping its trademark stability. The bull case for Cardano. For years, ADA's price reflected future promises, but now those promises are starting to steadily turn into reality. With Voltaire governance now rolling out, Hydra scaling maturing, and treasury funding in action, Cardano is finally moving from potential to execution. And that shift, it tends to attract serious capital, especially in the bull markets where those investors, they want working infrastructure, not just hype. That on-chain data, it also supports the bull case. Millions of wallets, they are staking ADA across thousands of pools, spreading out security and locking up the supply. In August alone, whales, they scooped up more than 150 million worth of ADA. Less liquid supply plus growing demand, that is often the recipe for a sharp price move when the settlement flips bullish. The ETF angle here is also a game changer. Grayscale and NYSE Arca filed for a spot ADA ETF under the ticker GADA, with approval odds already near 87%. And if this is approved, ADA becomes one of the very first assets beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum to hit the United States markets, unlocking flows from pension funds, advisors, as well as those retirement accounts. When you add in the retail loyalty that tends to get thrown in right on top, you get a very unique mix of grassroots support and institutional momentum heading into the next bull cycle. Ripple ties and government speculation. One headline grabbing that attention is the possible partnership between Cardano and Ripple. Charles Hoskinson has hinted at collaboration, with many even speculating it could connect ADA's smart contract layer to XRP's global payment network. Both projects, they are leaning toward compliance-friendly adoption. So an alliance could create a very strong bridge between programmable contracts and fast cross-border settlement. There is also growing chatter about US government interest. Cardano's identity pilots in Africa, its regulatory-aware design, and eco-friendly proof-of-stake model have some analysts suggesting that it could be tapped for blockchain-based ID or financial infrastructure projects. Nothing yet is confirmed, but the timing here, alongside the ETF filings and the governance rollouts, that has fueled the speculation that ADA or Cardano is now positioning itself for more formal recognition. So whether or not these partnerships do materialize, they tend to add weight to the narrative. A Ripple tie-in would expand liquidity as well as payments. A government pilot, it would give Cardano unmatched legitimacy. Either way, they tend to reinforce ADA's image as a very serious long-term blockchain, just as a new bull market is kicking off. Talk about perfect timing. Cardano's next era. Cardano is not built on hype. It's built on research and steady progress. With Hydra scaling, Voltaire governance, and even ETF filings now in motion, ADA is stepping into the spotlight once again that it hasn't seen in years. If you add in the whale accumulation, the grassroots loyalty, and the possible partnerships now with Ripple, and even government-backed pilots, and ADA or Cardano's case is stronger than ever before. ADA isn't just gas. It's the glue that holds the network together. It secures the chain, it powers the transactions, and soon it will guide the governance. In a market where most projects chase the quick hype cycles, Cardano is now stacking the fundamentals that could give it serious staying power for decades. So the question is, are you positioning yourself now for Cardano's next era before the market wakes up? Or are you going to be chasing it once ADA is already running hot? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks again for watching JRNY TV. My name is Nick, and we will see you in the next one.